here's the quiz.
Yeah, quiz.
Yeah. Alright, so the quiz I've got for you today is...
I'm excited.
Basically, it comes from a game that I like to play with people that I don't know.
Okay.
It's a sort of getting to know strangers game.
Okay.
So what you do is, in the game, you say 3 facts about yourself, and one of them's made up.
Mm.
And then everybody else has to guess at what the made up one is.
I'm familiar. I've played this game, yeah.
So, it's a good way to get to know people, and also you get to, like, if you want to, you can show off. And if you want to, you can, like, make yourself seem, like, really weird, because that's also quite fun with strangers. Yeah. You could just do, like, really creepy ones, and then everybody wouldn't know how to act around you. Man. But yeah, I've had some good fun playing this game in the past.
Me too.
So what I've done is I've taken that game and I've done it with famous people.
Right. Okay.
So what we got for you lined up, right? These are the people. We got Ghandi. We got Stephen Hawking. We got Bruce Lee.
Okay, can I just say...
And we've got Adolf Hitler.
I don't know much about Ghandi. What was the second one?
Stephen Hawking.
I know a little bit about Stephen Hawking. I know a reasonable amount about Hitler. And who's the other one?
Bruce Lee.
I know nothing about Bruce Lee.
Okay, this should be cool.
Maybe
so it's a bit of guesswork.
Maybe a few things.
A bit of it is educated guesswork, but most of it is just pure guesswork.
Alright, let's get into it.
Imagine if I was on, like, a talk show and I had that lineup. How good would that be?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, if Hitler wasn't allowed to say anything bad. If we censored him, or like if we said, alright, this isn't no Alan Carr chatty, man. You can't just do what you want here.
No.
We're serious. Anyway, I think they'd probably get in a fight anyway.
I have no idea.
Stephen Hawking would be like really, really crazy, like saying shit that no one understands. And Bruce Lee would be like, yeah, but just focus on the way and be one. And he'd be like, no, I've got to think about black holes, come on, I've got a lot to do. And then Adolf Hitler would be like, what am I doing here? Why aren't I, like, what, this is not my time period, what's going on? And then Ghandi would be like, this is unfair. And he'd protest about it by not eating for a long time. Yeah. So that's what would happen if we did a talk show with him. Let's get started with the quiz. So, first question to you.
Yep.
Tim. These are the facts for Ghandi. In 1930, in protest of the tax on salt, he led a 250-mile march to the sea to collect his own salt.
Okay.
Second fact, he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1948.
1948.
1948, yeah. I tried to be specific with him to try and fool you.
Tried to be specific with him when you were making them up, did you?
But maybe I was being specific about the 250-mile march. So anyway,
have you been really cruel and made it so that it's true apart from the little detail?
Nah, well, you'll find out.
Okay, right.
Third fact: prior to his death, there were 5 unsuccessful attempts to kill him.
Okay.
So have a little think. Tell me which one you think's false. Also, you can't ask me questions about him. It's not like Would I Lie to You, unfortunately.
Oh, I don't get to. That's really hard because if one of them was just quite plainly false in that he never did anything of the sort, i.e. he never won a Nobel Peace Prize and it wasn't just the year, I reckon I'd have a good shot. But what I'm
See, the problem was I didn't know how much you knew about Ghandi, and once I tell you, you'll realise why I made up the one that I did.
Okay. So we got the Salt March.
Yep, Salt March, Nobel Peace Prize, and 5 attempted killings, and he died on the 6th. Okay. He was a resilient person, to survive 5 attempts on your life.
So he did survive 5 then?
Huh? Did he?
Right, I'm going to say that he didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize in 1948.
You're right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got it, man.
Yes.
Yeah. You know why I included that one?
Why?
Because in 1948, that's when he died. Right?
Is it?
And you know what they did? They didn't give out a Nobel Peace Prize on that year, because they said there's no person worthy of this award who is alive today.
All right.
So it was like in honour of him. They were like, we can't give it out because he deserves it, but he's dead. So
yeah,
that's it. I mean, if it were me,
that's pretty cool.
If it were me, what I'd do is I'd like get the award, give it to his family. But they were like, no,
you can't give a Nobel Peace Prize because they're related to someone.
No, but they get to keep it in his honour. They're not going to show it off and be like, I want the Nobel Peace Prize. They're going to be like, Ghandi did. And I'm his cousin.
So you're giving the award to
Mahatma.
Ghandi.
No, Mahatma was his first name.
Mahatma
Bob Ghandi.
Yeah.
His cousin.
I used to think that it was Mahatma Ghandi.
Mahatma coat. Oh, I see. Yeah. Mahatma was his first name.
Yeah.
So,
well, obviously I know that now.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well done. You're 1 down, 4 to go.
Sweet.
Let's go, man. So Stephen Hawking. How much do you think you know about him?
A fair bit.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if you know these. Yeah.
Okay.
So first one, he has written or co-written 194 publications in his life so far.
Okay.
Second one, he controls his computerized speech synthesizer via a cheek muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And just a cheek muscle.
Right.
Third one, the condition that he suffers from is multiple sclerosis.
Okay. I think that's true about multiple sclerosis.
Maybe.
See,
not.
I was, I don't know where I got this from, but I was under the impression that it was his eyes, and he looked at stuff on a screen.
Oh, okay.
And it could tell where he was looking. So I'm not sure about it, but I'm going to go for that second one being false.
You go for the second one. You're wrong. He doesn't have multiple sclerosis.
What does he have?
He has ALS. You remember the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Yeah. Oh, right.
That's what he has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also known as Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah.
After the dude from Pride of the Yankees.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what he's got. The cheek thing.
Yeah.
He can control only his cheek muscle now. I think he can control his eyes, but it's easier to put a sensor on the cheek than it is to do the eyes, or it basically must just be a simpler method to use the cheek muscle. It's crazy, man. You know, one of the things I read about him, he was told when he was diagnosed with ALS that they gave him about 2 years to live. Right, he's now like 70. He's surpassed that by so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Well, I mean, what point in his life was he diagnosed?
Let me tell you.
Let's find that out.
Okay, so Hawking's condition was first diagnosed when he was 21, and he was not expected to see his 25th birthday.
Okay.
He's now about 70. That's like insane. He surpassed it by like half a century. And also, just to be correct and technical, ALS stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. So it's like, I guess it's an evolution of multiple sclerosis in a more severe manner.
Yeah.
So there you go. Pretty crazy that he managed to do that. And write all those books, 194 publications. That's a lot. And if you want to know more about Stephen Hawking and like his work, may I suggest that according to the internet, the most accessible book that he's got, which I haven't read any of them, but apparently the most accessible is A Brief History of Time.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
So maybe check that one out first.
I've got it sitting on my shelf, but I haven't read it.
Yeah, and also I know that he is most acclaimed for his theory that black holes theoretically should not emit radiation. That's one of the big things that he spent a lot of time trying to figure out. And when we go see Interstellar soon,
yes,
excited for that movie. When we go see that and see that black hole, if I see any signs of any emitted radiation, I'm ringing them up and I'm saying, hey, read A Brief History of Time.
Okay, I mean, I can't say. Stephen Hawking could be wrong.
Yeah, it is a theory. Yeah.
Alright, let's get back to the quiz.
Okay, quiz.
Yeah. Who we got next? Vanessa Feltz.
No. Unfortunately, she was
Is
too
it-
much of an A-list celebrity.
Is it
It's Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, let's rattle them out. Let's go. He died on the film set rehearsing a fight sequence.
Okay.
Right. He taught celebrities such as Steve McQueen and Chuck Norris.
Yep.
Hell yeah. At the age of 18, he was the Hong Kong Cha-Cha champion. Which is like the cha-cha as in the dance. The cha-cha.
Really?
Yeah, he was champion.
Alright.
So you know, what have I done there? Have I gone for the really weird one and made that false? Have I gone for the one that seems correct
Bruce.
and made that false?
Bruce Lee died on a film set. Didn't he? Wasn't it something like his body was just like at its absolute limit, and his body was so pure that when he just did something to it, like took an aspirin or something, it just tipped him over.
I'm not saying anything.
Or his.
I'll explain to you afterwards, but I'm not saying anything.
Yeah. I think he did. The thing about teaching Steve McQueen and Chuck Norris rings a bell. So I think that one's true. What was that last one again?
Oh, when he was 18, he was the Hong Kong Cha-Cha champion.
Nah.
Which is a great title.
Bollocks.
I'm the Cha-Cha champion.
That's
That was a
ridiculous.
very subtle Chinese accent right there.
Okay, not quite enough to be racist.
No,
Yeah. Alright, no, that's.
but subtle enough to be funny.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Ha! That last one is bollocks, mate.
No, it's true. So basically, he didn't die on a film set.
Right.
What happened was, you're sort of right in the physical fitness thing. There's a couple of things. First of all, his death isn't like extremely simple. It's quite complex, and people
often
still
is,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, what was this? So what happened was, he was doing the last synchronization of the film Enter the Dragon, and or Way of the Dragon. I can't remember. One of the two.
One of those.
Yeah, I don't know if they're both movies or if I'm getting the titles wrong. One of those. Look it up. And he sort of like fell down, yeah, and the guy was like, the other guy with him was like, "You okay?" And he was like, "Oh, my contact lens fell out." He's just looking for his contact lens.
Alright.
Anyway, that was the first sign of something being weird.
Okay.
The guy goes away, comes back. Bruce Lee's passed out on the floor. Yeah.
Right.
Takes him to the doctor. Doctor analyzes him, finds pure Nepalese hashish in his stomach, and
Right.
goes, "Are you on drugs?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Did a bit of drugs." Alright, he goes, "Okay, right, you can't do those drugs." In Nepal, they're super pure. They're like, whoa, super
right.
crazy drugs, man. If you
Okay.
take them and you're not used to them, have a massive effect on your system.
Yeah.
Anyway, he didn't really adhere to that rule, and he carried on doing it, which
Naughty.
probably, there's a lot of causes to his death. That's probably
Yeah.
one of them.
Right.
Anyway, he was doing something with the Game of Death, which is the next film that he was doing, and he went over to a woman's house who he was trying to get to be in the film, and he complained he had a headache, and the woman gave him like you said, an aspirin, but not just an aspirin, a prescribed sort of therapeutic drug.
Okay, so not just
that's like
off the shelf.
aspirin. Yeah, it's like aspirin, but way more powerful.
Not just a little bit of Nurofen.
That's it.
Right. Okay.
So anyway, he took that, and like I think he went to bed or had a sleep or something in the house, needed a nap, and basically she rang up his wife or like someone who he was with, like his manager or something, and was like, "I can't wake Bruce up." Guy comes around, they can't wake Bruce up. Phone the hospital. He died.
Wow,
That's as much as I could find out on the subject.
Okay, no, that's made it a lot clearer.
But I think it is a little bit hazy. So yeah.
Man, she must feel bad.
So there you go. But we do know that at 18 he was the Hong Kong Cha-Cha champion. And the reason he did that,
Kind of
right,
makes sense, I guess, like dancing and what he does.
It seems weird at first, but if you think about it, it's sensible. You know, footwork is so important in Kung Fu.
Yeah.
So that was his way of like just
Pretty similar.
just training.
Yeah.
To everybody else, he was dancing, but to him, because he was in Wu-Wei, which is like the meditative state Buddhists get into when they're one with what they're doing and they're like extreme focus. He was like that, but with like kung fu practice. So yeah, anyway, he's a freaking awesome dude. There's so much to talk about. We could go on for ages. So yeah, let's get on to question 4.
Okay.
So far, you've got 2 wrong, 1 right. Can he salvage it? Can he get a 50% success rate?
That's depressing. The maximum I can get now is 50%.
I know, yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?
And it has to be a question about Hitler himself.
That's it. So let's look at Hitler.
Alright, hit me.
So, as a teenager, he represented Austria in fencing.
Okay.
He led the first anti-smoking campaign in modern history.
Right.
And he suffered from, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, it's complicated, ailurophobia, which is the fear of cats. So they're a bit more pithy, these facts about Hitler. They're kind of weird. That probably makes it harder for you, to be fair, because they're so random.
Fear of cats, fencing champion, or what?
Leading the first anti-smoking campaign in modern history.
I don't know if anyone was anti-smoking back then. Fear of cats. Vaguely rings a bell. Or a fencing champion. I don't think the fencing thing is true. I'm going with that one.
Well done.
Yes.
You've got it. He did not. Totally made that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it, man. Yeah.
I don't know if the reason I got that was because of my knowledge about him or anything to do with that, or whether it's because I knew you and what you would do. I think probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It pays to know the quizmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah. Although, don't quote me on that, because if you do go on The Chase and you're best mates with Bradley Walsh, I don't think it's going to help you at all. In fact, it'll probably hinder you, because he's just going to be joking around.
But he's not writing the questions, is he?
He's going to be laughing at Fanny Schmeller whilst you're trying to concentrate on a skiing question. Yeah. Something that you should have known, because you do skiing.
Yeah.
God damn.
I did know that.
That. If you haven't seen that, that's one of the best YouTube videos there is. Classic comedy.
Classic Fanny Schmeller.
Yeah, man. I've got the 4th song choice.
Yes.
Let's do it, yeah. So, I'm a little bit biased on this song choice, because I went to university with the keyboard player from this band. But, I want to be a good friend. I want to put them out there a little bit. Yeah. So, and I also totally think they're awesome. So, I wouldn't say them if I didn't think that they were good. Yeah. So they're called Backbeat Sound System, and they come from Cornwall, like Think. So that's both of my artists come from Cornwall.
Oh, okay.
Which is cool. So yeah.
I can verify that this is a good band.
Yeah. So their latest album is called Together Not Apart, and this is the first track off that album, and it's called Fighting Bull. Check them out. They're a dub reggae band, and they're sick.
Alright, so it's time for my segment. Not really sure what this segment is, but it's kind of music related.
That's cool.
And so
it doesn't need a title. We've given everything else a title so far.
No.
I think the quiz was the most original title.
Yeah, that's one of the better ones.
We're keeping that.
Yeah. Got no choice now.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, alright, so let me tell you, Alex, about the 2001 Clear Channel Memorandum. Right?
Okay, sounds
and this
weird.
This is something that happened in the wake of the September the 11th terrorist attacks, okay?
Okay.
And this is basically a big list of songs that were banned from radio following that.
No way.
Yeah. It's quite a extensive list. But basically Clear Channel Communications, I think a US corporation, but they basically own or have some sort of control or regulation over
radio.
Over 1,000 radio stations.
So they can censor whatever they want, really.
Yeah, they've got the final say on a lot of stuff. So
Fair dues.
but some of the songs that are on here are quite interesting, and most of them are reasonably obvious as to why it might be distasteful to play them. So
Okay, just before you read out any names, was there a criteria announced for songs that met the sort of like this is not allowed anymore?
it just says
They have to involve certain words.
no. It just says lyrically questionable,
Okay.
and a lot of them. I mean,
Is there a lot of rock and metal in there?
yeah, there
Talking
is.
about death and stuff, and they can't do that.
It's basically the trends that appear are stuff that references America or New York. Anything to do with planes, big no.
Yeah.
And anything about New York. And then this is a good one. Under Rage Against the Machine, it just has all songs by Rage Against the Machine. Just everything.
Yeah,
just
well,
don't.
of course it would.
It's just like just don't even think about Rage Against the Machine.
You can't involve like or any other politically active band. Yeah.
So we've got things like Jet Airliner by Steve Miller Band, Shot Down in Flames, AC/DC. We've got to get out of this place, The Animals. Wipeout. Who does that? Oh yeah, The Safaris.
I mean, I can understand their thinking, but Wipeout. I mean, if you listen to the song and don't just think of the title,
yeah, it's really got nothing to do with it.
It's not gonna evoke any thoughts of 9/11. Really, it's freaking Wipeout.
Yeah, Click Click Boom.
Okay, yeah, that makes
Boom,
sense.
POD.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. Boom, POD. Yeah, they shouldn't have that.
Yeah. Seek and Destroy, Metallica.
Oh hell yeah!
With the metal theme.
That's like spot on. You don't want that. That could be.
I have
really bad.
I have shortlisted my two favourites, but we've got stuff like Fly Away, Lenny Kravitz. But I think the most interesting one on this list though is.
Wait, how does that song go? Fly Away. That's not the old timey song. That's like fly with me, come fly. What's that?
That's Frank Sinatra, isn't it?
Was that a band?
No, Lenny Kravitz. This song is Lenny Kravitz, Fly Away.
But was the Come Fly With Me band?
It seems like it probably would be. Hang on.
Man.
Let's just have a little look. What did I say? Frank Sinatra. No, it doesn't appear to be on there.
Okay, it got through, slipped through the cracks. That's cool.
But yeah, the one I think is interesting is Don Henley, Inside Job.
Okay.
Because that's political.
Yeah.
That's like, let's not make any suggestion that this is an inside job.
Yeah.
But the thought is in their heads,
That's true.
But
so, are you for or against what happened? Do you think songs should have been stopped? No, of course not. Are you for or against these songs having been censored?
Well, I think
after 9/11,
I think some of them are overly cautious. I mean, Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World.
But what was the motivation behind it? Do you think?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Do you think it was motivated because in an ideal world where people were nice, it would have been censored because it was thinking of the families of those involved in the accident.
Yeah, and it's sort of quite clearly
not
a
accident,
wonderful world.
Yeah.
So let's not suggest that it is. Sort of
that's it. But I also think they're covering themselves. If anybody is thinking it, they want to stop them thinking that.
Yeah, and it may be something to do with the lyrics within the song as well.
Yeah, and I mean, fair enough. You don't want to add anything to crazy conspiracy theories because no one knows. Like, there's a lot of conspiracy theories around 9/11. I still don't know how I feel about it.
No, me neither.
I've read and seen a lot of things that you think, bloody hell, man, that could be true. But at the end of the day, man, it's easy to come up with a conspiracy theory.
It is, yeah.
That's why they're so often dubious.
But my favourite one though, let's just see if there's any others.
Is there one that's the most ridiculous, like should never have been censored and just is?
Well, that I can't really say because, like I said, it might not be to do with the title.
Yeah, maybe do the lyrics.
But one that quite clearly is Foo Fighters Learn to Fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can just imagine them talking about it on the radio and going, and now Foo Fighters Learn to Fly.
I reckon, you've got a good point there. I reckon they maybe censored those songs to stop radio people slipping up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Man, radio people would do that.
Yeah.
Radio people would do a song and have a link and make a faux pas, like, relating to 9/11.
Yeah, like unintentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
ooh.
Craig Charles would definitely do that. He would have had one of them.
He would.
Yeah.
Oh, The Happenings, See You in September.
Oh,
it's like,
damn.
That's quite...
That's
crazy, a bit chilling, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not good.
That would be worse if it was sort of played before. But yeah, Learn to Fly, I mean, you get in some serious trouble if you came out with Learn to Fly, on the day after that. Yeah, that's I think that's quite interesting. It's my first little bit of
cool. I did not know that. You've educated me there.
You should. It's a really long list.
I'm going to take a look through it.
Yeah, it's got at least sort of 100. Maybe it says how many songs. No, it doesn't. But there's at least sort of 100 or so. All right.
What's next? What have you got for us?
All right, next. This is just a little interesting thing, and it's about a rapper called MF Grimm. Don't know if you've heard of him.
No, man.
But basically,
MF Grimm.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a rapper called MF Doom.
Really?
That I've heard of, yeah.
Does MF mean something?
Motherfucker? I don't know. That's all I could think it would mean.
Maybe.
Mr. Frumpton. Yeah, it could mean that.
Mr. Frumpton Grimm.
Yes.
That is not the name of a rapper.
Yeah. Well, MF Doom, what I'm thinking of there is MF Doom has like loads of different names.
Right.
Because sometimes he's like MF Doom, sometimes he's just Doom, sometimes he's...
Daniel DeMille?
No, but... Well, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, Doomile.
Oh, okay.
That's how it's pronounced.
Fair dues. But yeah, rappers have a lot of names,
Yeah, they do.
Okay, tell me about MF Grimm.
So here's what he did, right?
What did he do?
He's only gone and got himself in prison.
Oh.
Yeah.
Classic error.
And I know, yeah. I mean, have you ever heard of a rapper going to prison? One in a million.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So basically, when he's in prison, he pays $100,000 bail to be let out for 24 hours.
Okay.
And he's got 24 hours in the outside world.
Let me just say right now, I'm going to guess that he does something stupid in those 24 hours.
No, that's the thing, he doesn't. He does something quite cool, which is that in that very small period, he recorded an album.
No way.
Yeah.
So he's like,
in prison.
He was like, I've got 24 hours of freedom, and then I'm incarcerated.
Yeah.
Let's make some music.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
He must have written it. All I can imagine is he must have written it whilst in jail, which must have been pretty difficult because, how do you record anything or anything like that?
Yeah, but he's a rapper.
Yeah, but
he just writes the lyrics.
Yeah, but surely he must have some idea of what.
No, because a lot of the time with rappers, they are so focused on the lyrics and they've got their flow. They can like rap a cappella, and then the beats are made by a totally separate person.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got the lyrics. He probably got Anna to do the beats.
Yeah, but how?
By Dre.
How is he like? Deciding all these things, and how is he talking?
He might be a
about
beatboxer. He might be like boom boom tsk, boom boom, and then doing like the rap over it, like.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, how did he? He's only got 24 hours, so all his backing tracks have got to be ready for when he comes out. How have they done that? Like
no, because you can add them afterwards.
No, well, you wouldn't add them afterwards.
Why not? How difficult would it be if you've got like a rap
as
and
a rapper,
add a beat to it?
I mean,
all you need is a metronome to keep them in time, and then you've got the beat.
Okay, so theoretically, and you definitely could add in the music afterwards. But as a rapper, you need to like get in the flow of it, and you need to get a really good performance. You need to be rapping over the music, really. Okay,
what about this theory? What about if someone is just playing an already made beat that is just to the right time signature and whatever, so that you can just do it? It's in his headphones. He raps. They record the lyrics. Later on, he's in prison. They do some different beats.
Yeah.
That just conform to the same timing.
I suppose like there'd be nothing wrong with people like sending him beats and stuff whilst he's in prison.
Yeah, true, good point. He's probably got access to stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, prison is more lenient than we think, I think.
But even so, like, it's pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, man, I like totally respect that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I thought you were going to say he did something really stupid.
No.
Whilst he was out of 24 hours and then got more prison time.
No.
But I like how that story turned it around.
The album's called The Downfall of
the Floridian prison system.
Iblis?
Where?
Iblis?
Yeah, Iblis.
Okay.
Iblis.
We're gonna sound stupid if it's wrong, but let's say The Downfall of Iblis.
Iblis.
A ghetto opera.
A ghetto opera.
Yeah. I mean,
Phantom of the Opera is like that.
Yeah. Okay. I can only imagine that's what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. I'm not even going to bother listening to it now because now I know.
You know it.
Yeah, but that was his kind of most acclaimed album, I think, and he recorded it all in 24 hours.
Fair dues, man. I might give it a listen, see what you can do in that short period of time.
Went back to jail.
And to write album number whatever was next.
I don't have that piece of information.
Fair dues.
I'm sorry. But yeah, alright, so that's MF Grimm. Now let me tell you about, this is going to lead into our next track.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so this is Jay Hawkins. You might have heard this track, and it's I Put a Spell on You. But basically, during the recording, the entire band, including him, was so intoxicated that they had no memory of recording it. But he wrote, if you listen to the song, it's quite a sort of like upbeat, lots going on, like quite an edgy kind of fast and rocky kind of track is all I can really describe it as. But he wrote it as a ballad, like as a kind of soft ballad. But when they went in to record it, they were all so whip dogged that they just absolutely went for it. And he was screaming, and they had to edit out all of his little. Well, not obviously they couldn't edit out all of it, but they had to edit out all of his little moans and grumbles and all this kind of stuff. And so he wrote a ballad and ended up recording kind of
like a crazy psychedelic mess up,
which somehow ended up being good. And so he had no recollection of doing it when he woke up the next day, and then in order to play it live, he had to kind of go back and listen to the recording and learn his own song in a way. Hawkins screamed, grunted and gurgled his way through the tune with utter drunken abandon. The resulting performance was no ballad, but instead a raw, guttural track that became his greatest commercial success and reportedly surpassed 1 million copies in sales.
Wow.
Yeah, and you should listen to it because once you know he's drunk, it just becomes hilarious. Just the things so that's I Put a Spell on You. So I think you should go and listen to that.
I will. Let's do it, man. Oh, damn.
Screaming Jay Hawkins.
Crazy. That pretty much wraps up our show today.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, so that has been, and we have been, Jam Sandwich, episode 1.
Yeah.
Hope you liked it. And if you liked it, please subscribe and share it. And like it and do all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and we're just going to keep making them even if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. So see you next time.
See you later.
I put a spell on you.